So I'm gonna do a general reading. I hope everybody's doing good today. I'm gonna keep it really light and real simple today. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So only for today, I've just felt led to use that as the title of this video. I might change it, maybe not. But the reason why I got that is because, you know, we tend to, as humans, hey sis, hey Brianna, hey Gabby. As humans, we tend to worry about the tomorrow too much. Hey Dara, hey sis, how you doing? Yeah, we can worry about too much into the future, worry about too much of tomorrow, and there's cars flying out everywhere. Hey, Val Johnson, hey. Interesting. I just felt led to put that as the title. Okay, so only for today, only worry about today. Not placing your focus too far out in the future. I know that's not easy to do. It's really not. But it will alleviate a lot of stress, and know that tomorrow's already taken care of, in the sense that all you got to do is really just step into place. Not saying that you don't have to do anything, because stepping into place is doing something, or however you're led to move within the next day, but not to, you know, not be present where you are so much that you're fixated on what you can and can't do of the tomorrow. So I don't know what that message is like, you know, that just was wanting to come out. So let's see, what is the messages? Yeah, you got to think big. It's not always easy. Made me think of that, was it a TikTok video where it's like, you got to think big. I can't say the B word, but he was like, you got to think big. You think it's small, B. You think it's small. He was saying the B word. I don't know if I should say it on here, because I ain't trying to get my video demonetized. So, hey. All right, let's see. Holy Spirit, what is the guidance? What is the message? Something about a code that you got to stick to. A code? A code. I don't know. Yeah, that video was funny. I think I posted it on my story like a while ago. Yeah, think big, B.I. Something about a code, or sticking to a code. Okay. Spirit may have already given you some type of like instructions about something, or gave you the map or the play out of something. I don't know. Those are the words that I'm getting. My shirt is so ashy. Why is my shirt looking like that? The G code. Yeah, the G code. Something like, because I feel like things, okay, this is what I'm getting. Like, I'm getting just different words and phrases. So it could be something that Spirit is like told you ahead of time about, like give you like key descriptions. Yeah, shout out to all the ladies in the chat. There's some fellas in the chat, some good fellas. I'm not talking about what's his name? Good fellas. I can't even remember the actor's name that just passed away this year. Something with directions and instructions. Like Spirit gave you like a layout, a play out of something. Something that was like promised to, like promise means like keeping good. Yeah, hey Yamina. Yeah, I'm back doing readings. I'm still out of town, but because I wasn't expecting to stay. Right? Oh, thank you. Yep. I wasn't expecting to stay. So that within itself was like weird, because I was supposed to be leaving last Saturday, and my dad was gonna drive me and my daughter back to Arizona. And in the middle of the night, I had this weird ass dream. And the dream I had was like my dad was late or something. Something in the dream just let me know like we weren't going to leave. or leave on time or something, not when we were supposed to get up that morning. So when I woke up and I looked at my clock, I was like, it's past 5 a.m. now. It's like 7 something. And I went back to sleep, woke up, and it was almost 8 o'clock in the morning. Then my dad came in and was like, you guys could stay longer if you want to, because my daughter didn't really want to go back because she's on break right now. She's on fall break already at school. So that within itself was just weird. So I'm still here, but as promised, I'm still doing my personal reads and stuff. So I have the cards that I brought with me, and then I bought 2 decks while I was out here at some shops and stuff like that. So I'm going to still be working. Long story short, Yamina. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, the energy just been really weird. I don't even know if I should share the story about what happened to my dog, because that was just like, that really fucked me up. And I was like, I don't even know like how I'm gonna go back home, because like, what? I just didn't want to go to Arizona. Oh, I remember that. Wasn't that like a holiday episode? They were stuck in the where were they at? I think it was supposed to be like a holiday special. I can't remember that Martin episode. Yeah, I'm glad my baby is safe. So Nova, some of you guys know Nova. Nova's my poodle. Her badass got loose because my brother let her out to go to the bathroom, and which is stupid. So long story short, my mom called me, and I knew when my mom called me it wasn't good. So she called me and told me that my brother lost Nova, and I was like, that just made me feel like shit, because before I left to come to California, I always say bye to my animals and stuff. I always say bye to them. And Nova, she always like, she can tell when I'm about to leave, whether I'm about to go somewhere for the day or whatever, or if I'm leaving out of town. Like, she can sense it. Obviously, she knows enough. She's seen me leave before, like pack my bags and stuff. So she ran in the bathroom to me, jumped on me, and I picked her up like we always do. We hug, and I said bye to her. And something was weird about it, because I was like trying to shake it off, like, no, don't think like that, because I was thinking kind of bad. And then I said goodbye to her a second time as I was leaving the door, and I was like, I'll be back. I'll see you later, Nova, because I don't really like saying goodbye, and I don't like saying bye to people, and even my animals, obviously. So I was like, see you later, Nova. So when my mom called me with that, I was like just so fucked up, because something in me felt weird, like something's going to happen to Nova probably, or they're not going to watch her, because my dog is a Curious George. Like, she's bad. Like, she likes to run around the neighborhood and stuff, and if you don't watch her, she'll run out the house. So that like really was like, oh my God, like the worst thing. Like, I'm trying to be, you know, chill down here. I'm trying to relax and enjoy myself, and then I got to worry about that back home, and then I got to worry about going back home and she's not there. Like, that really fucked me up. So this was happening on Sunday, and I'm like, God, just like, what, or whatever, humans are just really stupid. Like, y'all just be doing the dumbest stuff, right? I was so mad at my brother. And me and my family, we have like a group chat with like everybody, my aunts, my cousins, everybody's in that group chat. It's a text message chat, or text message group text. Oh my goodness, I can't even talk. So my cousin that's very close to age with me, it's a whole childhood trauma between me and her due to another family member. So I always feel like, you know, some type of way, like this low-key thing where it's like keeping up with each other, and our lives are completely different, you know what I mean? But there's always that thing of like, okay, well, I'm not here, you know, she's got a man and a house and all this, and it's just, you know, that comparison, like, okay, well, the other cousin, she don't have none of that. So the fear of looking like a failure to my family. So when she posted that she got a dog that day, she posted her new dog in I was like, God, I'm done with you. I'm just done with everything. Like, I was just like fucked up after that. I'm like, this is so cruel. Like, this is the cruelest shit ever. So I'm going to make a long story short. So that day was like really bad for me, because it happened like early in the morning. So I was sitting throughout the whole day. I even went to the beach still, because that was my plans, was to go to the beach for a couple of hours. So I still went, because I'm like, I can't even think straight. My dad was like, I'll just drive y'all back. You need to go back to your dog. And I was like, what good is that going to do? And I can't be there with my brother right now. I don't even want to look at him. Like, that's how I was feeling. So I'm just like, nah. Um, I was so pissed. So I was at the beach and I called Brianna. I called around to some places, but they were closed obviously on Sunday, so I had to leave a voicemail. My mom was like, just post to this one app. It's like a neighborhood app, and I posted that on there, posted a picture of her description, everything, whatever. And then I talked to another friend that day too, and I was just like so distraught. I didn't know what to do. Like, and I was like, maybe this is just God like separating me from things I need to let go. I was starting to just be like, okay, maybe it's just not meant for us to be in our, for her to be in my life anymore. If anything, if she doesn't come back home, I just want her to be with somebody that will love her. If it's not meant for her to come home. So I'm trying to process all of this. Like, I'm just trying to process it. So, long story short, the night was rough. Sunday night, I could barely sleep. I was waking up crying in the middle of the night. Like, I was fucked up. See, mind you guys, Nova, she's my other dog, which passed away this year. Her mom was old when she had her. So, Poochie, she passed on already. But that Nova is one of her babies. So that was really touchy for me because I had Nova since she was a baby. Like, I was there when she was still like a little nugget, like didn't have no fur on her. So that was like, like Nova might as well be one of my kids. Like, next to Winter, she's my baby. So I was fucked up for the whole night. So Monday, fast forward to Monday, the next day, another place calls me and asks for a description of Nova, asked me to email them a picture of her so they can put it up on their website or whatever. I did that. And I just really just let it go. Like, yeah, of course I thought about her throughout the day, but I was just, above all things, I was just praying that if she doesn't come home, at least let her be with somebody or family or something that loves her. I don't want her to be strolling out in the streets by herself or get hit or something crazy, or have some crazy person obtain her, or her being in the pound and getting put to, like, I don't want all those things, you know what I mean? Obviously, who does? So it was, what time was it? Probably like 4 p.m. in the evening. And me and my dad and my daughter, we were driving around getting stuff for dinner. And I got a phone call from my area code. So I answered it. So I'm just, because I usually don't answer phone numbers I don't know. So something told me just answer it. So I answered it, and it was a woman that worked for a rescue. And she was like, are you looking for a Shih Tzu? I was like, I ain't got no Shih Tzu. I don't have a Shih Tzu, but I have a poodle. She has longer hair. Like, her hair, she's not groomed right now, so maybe. And I was like, she's like a light blonde color. She has a purple collar. And she was like, I think we have her. So she sent me a picture. She texted me a picture of Nova. And I was like, yeah, that's my baby. So because I'm not there, I can't pick her up. So I was like, can at least my mom pick her up? So she was fine with that. Nova's back home. And the funny thing is, the lady said that it wasn't the website, it wasn't our county websites or anything that she found me. She found me on that app. She found me on that neighborhood app. And that was one of the least likely sources that I would ever think that somebody would call me from. Like, if anybody was going to call me to say, hypothetically, if anybody found Nova, I would think it would be the county or one of the pounds or something that would have called me, not due to some. And then this is the other thing too. Someone found her in our neighborhood and called that rescue. The rescue people didn't find her. There was a woman that called and told them to come pick Nova up. So Nova's a nice looking dog, and she's still young. So, some people wouldn't have given her back. You know what I mean? So for whoever that lady was that was honest enough to call a rescue to have Nova picked up was a blessing all in itself. And the least likely place that I even thought I was going to get a call back for my dog would be that app. Like, I would never think that. So all in all, it was a miracle. Like, I was just like, I was starting to accept, like, maybe she's not going to come back. And she had everybody else fucked up. My other family members, like, praying for her. And not my dad was like, I was thinking about her throughout the night. Like, Nova's our family. And then she got a big personality. Like, so that's a big loss. You know what I mean? And it's so, I've only had her for 4 years, but probably 5 now, because I think she just turned, in human years, I think she just turned 5. I could be wrong. I think she's 4 or 5 years old now. But yeah, like that is a miracle within itself, because I was really like upset with myself. I was upset. I'm like, maybe I should have went home that morning, because this would have never happened. I was upset with my brother. I was upset with God. I was just mad at the world at that. Like that day was like really bad for me. And I prayed. I was like, please bring my dog home. But then it was at a point where I was like, to just give myself some peace. Like, if she's not going to come back home, just at least give her to a family or somebody that will love her. Because that really was a hard thing. But yeah. So I don't know why I was led to share that. Because I was just telling you what was going on during these times. I was not supposed to stay here. So I'm like, okay, it can't be something that I'm beating myself. I can't beat myself up for not going home that Saturday as I was scheduled to, because it was meant to happen that way. I had a dream the night before that I wasn't going to leave on time, or something was going to happen. And it did. And my dad was like, y'all can just stay another week. And of course, me and my daughter was like, hell yeah, we don't want to go back to Phoenix. Like, and my daughter's on break, so why not? Like, okay, let's do it. Let's stay. So I'm trusting in that. So whoever this is for, I feel like there's a message in that. Least likely places, least likely circumstances. And that's usually how breakthroughs and blessings happen and miracles happen. It comes in ways that you don't expect it to. And that's what makes it such a miracle. That's what makes it divine, is because it's not something that you could have, you know, made happen solely by yourself, or it comes in a least likely circumstance. But back to the message I was getting, there's something with, like I said, there's a code, like some type of code or something that you were given. And when I say code, I don't mean like, it could be letters, it could be words. I used to see the word east a lot. So that, I don't know if it's like spirit trying to guide a certain direction with the word east, obviously. I see Hawaii a lot. So like, it could be things like that. It could be names. It could be dates that you keep. It's something that was given. Whatever it is, like there's a letter of description. I don't know. Description of something. So let's say, for instance, spirit said, okay, you're going to get a job. And what this job entails is going to be this, this, and that. Or this job is going to be in a building that looks like this. Girl, maybe it's time to go back to Hawaii. I'm down. But no, it's like something like a description of something that spirit gave you, or spirit gave you instructions. I don't know what this is. For some of you, it already happened. For some of you, it could be coming to you, like some type of instructions or some type of description of something, and there's a code behind it. Again, when I say code, it could be initials or letters, it could be numbers, it could be dates, it could be like a city or a state or something, it could be a color, something that spirit is giving you. Something that spirit is giving you. And then it's like something that's going to be served to you, like a waiter, I don't know, or spirit has told you that you're going to be serving someone, or being of service, I should say, because some people are like, I ain't serving. So 9/11, yeah, that, I associate that with Archangel Michael. So you have energetic tip jar and distractions. Okay, spirit. So it could be some type of hidden distraction, something that you're not seeing. That's like, some people might think that they're not getting any answers from spirit, or you're not getting the answers to what you want or what you need. But in actuality, what I'm getting is like there's something else that's occupying your space, or you're looking in the wrong direction for the answers, or you're limiting how it's coming in. That might not be for everyone, but there's something that's occupying your time, or something that you're fixated on. This spirit is like, that is later. That's something later down the line. But I need you to focus on this, or this is what I'm trying to show you. There's something in the way. So it's like being mindful of where you're putting your energy, like where you're investing your time or your energy. Talents, I kind of figured that. I figured, okay. Yeah. So some of you guys could, let's say for instance, this is not everybody, but let's just say for some of us, like focusing on love, and Spirit is like, yeah, that's coming. Spirit may have already given you a heads up about love or sneak peek about something with love, but your focus is like too invested on that. It's like too engulfed in trying to figure that out. And Spirit is like, your gifts and your talents, or I'm calling you to create in some type of way. Do what you have. Because I'll be like, Spirit, I don't know what you want me to be doing right now. Could be for some of you, feel like you don't have the resources to do the things that you want to do or that you need to do, or you don't have the right people to assist with whatever it is that you're doing, or you feel like what you're doing is not generating anything or getting the type of feedback or the audience or the following or the views or whatever your thing is that you're looking forward to or that you desire to have. But I'm getting like there's something about you with the Trailblazer card. There's something about this gift or this talent or this creative thing that Spirit is telling you to focus on, whether you're like you're starting it or you're going back to it. I feel like in September there was a lot of returning back to certain things that maybe you put down or you forgot about, or you started to get remembrance of things maybe in the past that you did have a passion for, or people coming back into your life, things to remind you of, I think, something of value. It might have not been the right time in the past. You may have not been in a place of spiritual maturity or maturity at some level to really put your energy into something or be in the space to move forward with that. But the Trailblazer, this is saying like, don't stop doing what you're doing. Or even if it didn't work in the last season, or it didn't work in the last couple of years, 5 years, 4 years, whatever, if it's being called back to you again, that's Spirit reminding you. And I don't know if you guys watched that video. I don't remember what it was called. I posted it last Tuesday. It was the live, what was it called? I don't remember. Anyway, it was one of the ones where I was at the beach. I don't remember. It was on a Tuesday. That's all I remember. So in that video, I was getting to cast your net again. Spirit kept saying that. To cast your net, meaning like just because you haven't caught any fish all day doesn't mean that if Spirit says to do it again, you got to trust. Like Spirit is saying to trust. Like don't focus on what didn't happen in the past, or what you didn't catch, or what didn't generate or happen or manifest or pull through. I'm calling you to do it now. So if your spirit, your higher self, divine spirit, people around you are encouraging you, and you'll know because it's something that keeps like following you. It's like you're not chasing it. You're not chasing nothing. Yes. Girl, you just gave me a whole relation. Sis, that was weird. Thank you. Not in a bad way. It wasn't weird in a bad way. But you got to continue to cast your net. Like just throw it out there again. And when they did that, when they followed the instructions, I talk about the Bible a lot because it's something to decode. Like I don't be using it for like this harsh religious reasons and all of that. The Bible is like one of something that I decode. I love it. So, and you can apply it. I knew that was going to happen. You can apply it to your life, however you're led to. My phone is heavy, so this thing is like not agreeing. Still not agreeing. I don't know how that happened. It's not cool. Anyway, yeah, so the Bible within itself to me is like it's a decoding thing for me, and it speaks. So when Jesus told these disciples to throw their net over, because he asked them, he's like, did you guys catch any fish? And they were like, no, we haven't caught anything all day. And he told them to, well, throw your net out again into the sea, cast it out again. And then when they did, they had an abundance of fish. So keep doing what you're doing. And also too, with this trailblazer card, because I lost my train of thought with this. With the trailblazer card, this is you initiating something that hasn't been done. Like a lot of these things that Spirit is calling you to is not a lane that's going to fit. It doesn't look like everybody else's lane. So yeah, you know, people like want to praise like the Erykah Badu's of the world and the I just seen his vision in my face. What is his name? Freddie Mercury's and all of that. But these weren't people that were accepted immediately. Elton John, I love me some Elton John. Like these people like that we see, they weren't great to everybody. You know what I mean? Like it took time. Now you can appreciate these different people's art and their separation from the modern look of things, or what society looks for, or what's deemed as popular, what's deemed as talent, what's deemed as beautiful, what's deemed as whatever, right? And when you go against the grain of that, it's not always going to be this, it's not going to be instantaneous, because you got to think of it this way. Whatever is new that's being birthed, it's not something that people are going to gravitate to overnight. And I hate to say it like this, but humans, in some cases, and in most cases, I should say, they're hive-minded. They follow what everybody else is doing. So if it's a lane where what's not popular, what's not trending right now, then I'm not going to look at it. You'll have those people that are unique within themselves, and they can see something in another person, and they'll take a chance and look at, watch, read, listen, purchase, or whatever, something that not everybody else is interested in, because you know they're not the hive mind, and that's very few in between. Like, well, like music artists and stuff, I like a lot of artists that a lot of people don't listen to or never even heard of. I don't know why I like people that don't have a lot of like popularity like that. Even with tarot readers, like any reader, like I've resonated with some big channels before, but there's readers that are like in the diamonds in the rough, like the people that don't got that many subscribers. They might have like 50 subscribers or something, or 2 or 3 views or 20 views or something. I can resonate with them. And sometimes like, and it's not to say that just because of that, because obviously those people that I named, those artists that I named, they're big artists. They're A-list. They're legends. You know, Freddie Mercury is a legend. He's not here anymore, but his music still is classic. Queen's music is still classic. Sir Elton John is still doing his thing, and he's elderly now, like, but he's still hot. He's still a legend, right? But there's nothing wrong with big numbers and things like that and popularity, but I feel like as humans, we tend to gravitate to what everybody else is gravitating to, and we only validate it because, oh, well, you got that blue check, okay, or you got 100,000 subscribers, you got 100,000 followers on social media, you're valid, right? If you don't, no, we're not going to pay attention to you. So it takes you being different, being your own. That's the path that Spirit's trying to set you on. So if you feel discouraged, or you feel like what you're doing is not enough, or it's never going to be enough, it's not necessarily because you're not good enough. It's more so because Spirit's trying to do something new with you. If you will allow Spirit to do something new with you. If you allow Spirit to do that. And this is not for everybody. Crazy. Like, and there's times where I'll just be like, I'll be on here, and I have to be transparent. Like, I'll be on here, like, I'm noticing how the numbers are dropping. I don't know if it's because the Wi-Fi is doing something, because sometimes, like, people will, like, leave the chat if the internet connection is wacky. But sometimes what I'm saying is not going to ring true to everybody's ears, and that's okay. And some people don't want to hear it, or it's a discarding. And I have to be okay with that, that Spirit is only going to allow me to speak to a certain amount of people. And it may not be a large audience. It may literally just be 5 people, 10 people, whatever, you know, for now. But yeah, no, with this trailblazer, you're called to start something. Trailblazers, they get the ground running. They get something in motion. And with that, it's like a ripple effect. So never be afraid to be at the forefront, because when you're, let's say you're in the front of the line, you don't see anybody else in front of you because you're in front of the line. You're the initiator. In due time, there will be people that will catch on to you, and those who are meant, and you don't want false people supporting you. You know what I mean? I say this all the time, like, because this cancel culture stuff, like, everybody want to cancel somebody. You're praising somebody's name one minute, and the next minute you're counseling them. Like, humans are just so phony like that sometimes. Like, we can be phony. Oh, I love someone, so oh my God, and then soon as something happens, and it's like you're canceling that person. Like, people is ridiculous. But anyway, you want people that's really going to support you, genuinely support you. And when I say support, it doesn't mean to agree with everything you do and everything you say. Yes, man, not that. But people that want to see you do well, even if that be that they have to call you out sometimes out of love. You know what I mean? People that if no one else buys your cookies, your pastries, that person is always going to make sure that they support you. They're going to buy a cookie from you, or 2 or 3, whatever, or they'll put their friends onto your cookies or your business cards, spreading them around, reposting your stuff. They're going to do that. Be grateful for those people, because they are your divine helpers and vice versa. I would hope that you would return the support back, and I have to do a better job of that. You know, because I feel like we're all trying to find our way, or we're focusing on cultivating ourselves more and more. It's enough to go around. It may not seem like it, and not everybody is going to be a part of some spirit like this pyramid scheme thing, or this, you know, overnight viral successes and stuff. That's not everybody's story. Some of you, your story is meant to be something that other people are like, what the hell? How in the what? It's meant to be that type of story. So it may not be you go on TikTok and dance to a song real quick, and then you got, you know, all these views and likes and all that. That may not be your thing. It might come in a way that you're not even expecting it to come in the least likely way. Least likely. You think you just selling your cookies or your pastries to a housewife or something, and that housewife could know somebody that knows some chefs or something. You just, you know what I mean? Like marketing or something. You just never know. You never know. You have let go and surrender. Don't we love that word? Don't we just love, like, this is the trigger words, and like these are our trigger words. I'll speak for myself. I can't say all of us, but surrender, divine time, patience, let go. Spirit is not telling me, like, those are some trigger words. I can't stand to hear it, but I get it. Like, on a deeper level, a higher subconscious level, I understand. You have Christ consciousness. Again, you have to think like Christ. And what I mean by that is Christ he is the original OG manifester that believed in the power of the God energy inside of himself. He is the original manifester, the mystic, the OG, the I am. So when that instruction was, what he spoke a lot about faith, a faith walk. Another thing that a scripture that always comes to me too when I'm wavering, doesn't always sit with me permanently at times, because we all waver, but there are certain things that will capture our attention and bring us back. But there is a scripture where he was telling Peter to walk on water with him, and Peter was walking towards him, and then Peter started to freak out and look down, and his feet started to sink. And God was like, why are you taking your focus off of me? Why are you taking your focus off of what Spirit has already showed you and told you, the supernatural? Why are you taking yourself off of the supernatural and focusing on the circumstances beneath your feet? hence beneath you. You're above it, but it seems like it's, because when we look at the world, bills, what we have, what we don't have, it will look like it has dominion over you because we live in a society that way that runs off of money and your bills and your rent and blah, blah, blah. And these things are very real, right? In human consciousness, it's very real. But the supernatural is real also. And it's a whole nother world that we can't see, a working that we can't even see. But we put more stock in the 3D, which is a lesser manifestation, if that makes sense. It's a lower dimensional aspect of things. It's not easy to live in the supernatural. And I'm not saying to be delusional and be all up in the sky, because you're very much still here. But being able to maneuver in this physical realm sometimes. So Peter worried about the water beneath his feet. He started to freak out about what circumstances he was under, rather than keeping his eyes focused on Jesus across the way, the supernatural, right? Because Jesus is like, look, I'm walking. But this, again, like I said, decoding messages. I'm not saying literally walking on water. I'm talking, it's metaphoric. The casting the net. Jesus said, cast your net again. If you're guided to do something, you can't worry about what didn't work in the last season. They didn't catch any fish all day, but when they listened to the instructions, they had an abundance of fish. Too much to eat. They couldn't eat all that fish by themselves. Not the 12 or 13 of them, no. Or however many other disciples or people were with them. But they couldn't eat all that by themselves. They had fish for days, probably for weeks. Again, the fish could represent opportunities, it can represent ideas, it can represent connections, anything in abundance and fullness. But you'll never know if you don't keep trying. And again, I'll refer to this movie probably forever, but the Will Smith movie, Pursuit of Happiness, the word pursuit, pursuing something. He knows throughout the movie. He went through so many trials and tribulations and scary moments and moments where he could have been just like, it's never going to happen for me. But he kept pushing. He was homeless. He was still going to job interviews while still raising his son by himself in that movie. And at the end, he got a yes. It doesn't feel, and sometimes I'll get in my own way and be like, I'm tired, Spirit. Like, I'm tired. What else is there to do? Greetings. If I didn't say hi to anybody in the chat, I'm not ignoring you. Greetings. Yep. Famous. And I want to just say this real quick too, because Dara made a good point that viral to people nowadays means fame. And like, fame within itself is not something to glorify, really. But the word idol, have you guys ever looked up with, or not idol, icon? The word icon, the letter I, of course, is a representation of a self, right? I am, me, self, right? And then you have the word con. Con is not a good word. So icon, iconic is like, when you think about fame, and to some extent, like, it's an act, it's a persona, you know, that some people are under. Like, they have a certain reputation that they have to present, and they always say, like, I'm an entertainer, but I'm still a normal person. You know what I mean? So we look at the Beyoncés of the world and we only see the certain aspect that they're showcasing, or their entertainer side of them. But there's also another side of them that's more personal, that's more intimate, that may be more completely, or almost, if not completely different from what they show you on stage, or an actor would be. So that word icon to me is like not really like the cutest word to describe a person. But anyway, so yeah, you got to be in a Christ conscious mind when it comes to this. You really do. And people reverence Christ and worship Christ now and all of that to this day. But back at those times that was documented in the book, or what was portrayed in the book, he was not liked. Not by many. people that needed the healing and all of that, people that needed the miracles to happen in their life, people that were sick or their family members that were sick that heard what Christ could do, they, you know, they would go to him like he was a doctor. Like, okay, I hear there's this doctor that can do this. I'm not trying to compare him to Dr. Sebi, but kind of like if you would look at Dr. Sebi kind of in that sense and say, oh, I heard he can do this and he could heal this and heal that. And you're that type of thing, a small community. But Christ was not liked. He was not liked by the church. The church people did not like him. They thought what he was doing was blasphemous. They thought it was witchcraft. They thought he was working with demons to heal the sick and all of that. They were against him trying to heal people. Hey sis, they were trying to you know, accuse him of doing wrongdoings on the Sabbath. You shouldn't be doing this. Why are you healing the sick on the Sabbath? And blah, blah, blah. And he was like, if one of your sheep fell in a pit, would you just leave it there without pulling it out? So I'm dealing with the sick man here, and you're telling me that what I'm doing is wrong because it's on a Sabbath? Like, twist it, right? So Jesus wasn't liked either. He was not. Hey, Capricorn. Yeah. So some of this too, like what I get with move silently doesn't mean, and you do, you know, you want to have an intimate relationship between you and your spiritual team, that there are certain things that spirit will reveal to you that doesn't need to be shared, not even to your closest people, even the people that you can trust. This is just intimate. And also to keep your eyes and your ears and your heart protected from naysayers. Because sometimes, let's keep it real, like we can get a little swayed by the person that we trust the most and we know has our back. They could say something that is contrary to what you're getting. And then you're like, okay, well, maybe I am tripping. Or if I tell this person, like, and sometimes spirit will allow that. Spirit will allow that sometimes. But spirit is encouraging you to move silently in ways as well. Because whatever this path is, or whatever this thing is, this instruction or these descriptions they are something that is really meant to be between you and spirit. And if spirit needs to send somebody to you to speak over your situation or to encourage you or to give you more insights, more downloads, spirit's going to do that. For some of you guys are called to be of service to people in some type of way. And you're looking at yourself like, I don't know how I'm able to do this and that. And then you might explain it to another person. You might explain it to a person that's not in that mindset with you, and they might speak against it because of their level of understanding or their level of consciousness. Because let's keep it real, spirit spoke to you. Divine spirit, Holy Spirit, whatever, the Holy Ghost, whatever you want to call it, spoke to you, not to them. So of course they're not going to get it and have the level of understanding that you have it. They were envious of his power. Yeah, probably. People also fear what they don't understand as well. And what's sad is that happens sometimes. Like, you're not welcome in your own hometown. People in your own hometown won't mess with you, F with you. You see it time and time again. Anytime somebody comes up in their neighborhood or their hood or something, people try to destroy that person, if not take them out of this planet, if you know what I'm saying. Like, stuff like that. It's jealousy, it's hatred. But some environments, just because you were birthed in an environment doesn't mean that that's your home. You might be called to elevate in different environments. Maybe you're someone that's meant to be a traveler. Maybe you have many places and homes that you connect with. You know what I mean? People that you're meant to connect with. But whenever the enemy, as it said, even tries to work some things out against you, it turns out for your good. It's all a part of the greater plan. It's all a part of the greater plan. And yeah, you might have some pharaohs in your life that's really stubborn and won't leave you alone, or circumstances, not people, then circumstances that's like Pharaoh that won't let you go. That no matter what, like sometimes, like this is what I'm getting. What I'm getting is like, let's say for instance, there's a person that, let's say it's like an ex or something, that keeps giving you hell. Maybe you used to be married to that person, so you guys have kids or something. I'm just using this as an example. And this person will not let you move on. They try to make your life a living hell. They try to do and say anything to hurt you and to harm you, right? And spirit might have done something to them, like made them lose their job, or they got into an accident, and in their mind they're not taking heed to it. They're not taking heed, and they're so stubborn and they're so blinded by their evil that they continue to keep hurting and harming you. Those are the ones that's going to fall hard. I'm telling you, like, they're going to fall hard, because it took Ramesses the Pharaoh. I'm using the Bible again, but I have to. It's making sense. It's God makes sense. It's whoever it's meant for. But Ramesses would not listen. He would not take heed. Moses was showing him, like, look, like, you don't see all this going on? And he gave him this final warning. He said, there's going to be a plague. It's about to come. It's about to come. And it's going to hit all firstborn. Israelites, Egyptians, all alike. Whoever is up in this mug, up in this land, is going to get hit by this unless they anoint their door. So Ramesses, whatever. What happened? He lost his firstborn. And that was the point that broke him and said, you guys can leave. He let them leave. Then he changed his mind and said, what the hell am I doing? We about to slaughter all these mugs. Let's go. Wiped his whole army. Swept them right in front of him. It might take that for some people. But you can't look at that. Like, Spirit's going to make a way for you. Everything, and don't mistake him. Moses was mad. He was like, why would you do this? Did you trick us? And then all the Israelites are like, okay, they let us free, but why are they trying to chase us? Why are they pursuing us? Trying to take us out? Did you just lead us here just to get slaughtered? Like, what's up? I don't know if you really hearing from God, or what kind of prophecy is this? It's all a part of the plan. So Spirit can show you again, like, your miracles come in the least likely places. Little Nova, it may not be that deep like that, but for me, at that, I was not thinking I was ever going to see my dog ever again. I didn't think that. And if I was ever going to see her again, I never thought that it would be from some app that I didn't even put much thought in. I was like, I'm so distraught, I don't give a fuck, but I'm just going to do it. Something told me just do it. Just post her picture and just leave it alone. And I didn't think anything else about it. I didn't think I was going to hear anything. It's going to happen. Whatever it is, it's going to happen. And I do feel like that was a spiritual attack. I do. I feel like it was, because my energy's been so up there, so high. I feel good. I feel clear. And then that happened. I was fucked up for the rest of the day. I barely wanted to eat. I couldn't sleep that night. I was like, what is this? Why? No. Babylon, yeah. The house of bondage. All right. Somebody done. How my cards get like this? Hold on. I hate when this happens. Is they all like that? Okay. I don't know who is messing with my cards, but they like doing their own thing. Hold on. I don't want reversals because these are oracles and I don't want reversals in these. I'm going to use the cannabis oracle. Hold on. Has anybody been seeing keys a lot? Wheels, something with wheels, chariot a lot, or pulling the chariot card and the Wheel of Fortune often? Let me see. Why? Okay. Yeah, that is significant. I'm gonna hold off for a second. Let me see. I'm sweating my ass off. Okay, you have tradition, you have the witch doctor with wisdom, you have glamour energy with glam. So you guys could be like a strange, not strange, like when I say strange, I'm not saying it in a disrespectful way. But strange in a sense of like you're not a, what society would deem as beautiful. I don't want to say it like that, no. Like strange beauties, like, beautiful nonetheless, but you're not like everybody else. Like your beauty is like, it's abstract. Thank you, that's the right word. An abstract type of beauty. Oh wow, an abstract look. So there's something about you that doesn't fit traditional norms. You could literally look like this woman, Proverbs 31 beauty. Yeah, you could literally be like a woman that, and I hate that society is this way, but women that are darker skinned or may have fuller features, people don't deem them as the most beautiful, at least not in Western society. But I am getting like someone that might have features that don't really fit. Maybe where you live or something like that. Some of you guys can live in another country that you're not from. Maybe you're there for work or something with school. But there's something about that even within itself. I don't know why that's coming out. I'm gonna skip to the next message. Yeah, if you've been seeing keys, that can represent authority, some type of spiritual authority that you have access to. Could be spirit is giving you a key, a gem, a nugget, again, a code to something. The wheels and the chariot, I feel like that represents some type of prophecy that's coming or that you receive. I would pay attention to any dreams that you're seeing or something that you keep seeing often. Like, take note of something, because if you write it down, you might get a message. You have seduction. Speaking of, Dara, this is supposed to be the devil energy, but you have this in here. Unconditional love, the blueprint, that's the Christ consciousness. You have the nurture. Okay. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, because like I said, like what is deemed as popular and all of that, in some cases, like doing what everybody else is doing, it's really a form of spiritual oppression. Like, or it's something like you don't see it because you're only seeing the glamorized aspect of it. You're only seeing what people are painting it out to be. And if the world is promoted, like especially if the media is promoting something, you gotta go left. You gotta go the other way. Or go right. Because if it be that everybody is saying this is what you should be doing, this is how you should talk, dress, do this, do that, you better run the other way. Anything that the media, which is the enemy, because the media, like most of it is an agenda and it's not a divine agenda. So anything that they're promoting, don't fall for the okie doke. And for those that are under that hypnosis of that, living in that world, being in the world and being of it is completely two different things. Two different things. We live in a fallen society, like by nature, but that doesn't mean that we have to be like that or be of it. It looks pretty, kind of, in a sense. Like, it looks like a woman. It's very shapely. It's got all these neon colors, but people are oppressed. It's not what it looks like. And I'm going to say it again. What Spirit was showing me. Ministry of reconciliation. Love is the ministry. It sounds corny. It sounds like something that you sing in second grade. But the world does need love. And what I mean by that is like togetherness. And what's really going to be the thing is like loving yourself. really loving yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you'll destroy yourself. And therefore, you'll destroy others. Whether you intentionally mean to or not. But a lot of people that hate themselves, they don't know how to be loved. All they know how to do is kill, steal, and destroy. And you see that now. The world needs healing. People are sick. People are sick. Whether that's mentally, whether that's sick in the heart, people are sick. And those that I feel like are in that place of healing and doing the work, you're going to be a need and a service to people. You're going to be of service and healing. And people may not like it. Somebody may not agree with this. Of course, like churches and stuff, they not going to agree with this. But it's like, okay, well, this is what I'm given, or how I'm giving it in this space of my life, how I'm being guided to be of service to people. This is how I'm being guided to do it. Would you just want me to not speak to whoever needs it? Like, pretty much like the rebuttal that Christ had with those, what you call it? They were telling him, like, on the Sabbath, are you supposed to heal people? Like, when are you not supposed to heal people? When is it not okay to ever heal people? Like, we got to heal Monday through Friday? Like, that doesn't make no sense. Nurture. Nurture yourself, nurture others. You have the word let go twice. You got it in the surrender card, and you have it right here. What is her name? Dance Portal. Yeah, some of you guys need to move your body, loosen yourself up. That's one of the best ways to allow your energy to flow, where it's not so like restricted. Like, some people don't really care for exercise, like going to gyms or running or jump roping. Like, that's not everybody's thing. Dancing is much more of a lighter way, however you want to do it, or whether it's yoga or something, however you feel led to move your body. But you are a healer. You are a portal of healing. No matter what room you step into, no matter who you talk to, who you text, whatever, your energy is healing. And you don't have to be physically present. No one has to verbally hear or see whatever the five senses are. It doesn't even have to be physically present or evident. Your energy is. That's like the presence of God or Holy Spirit. When you feel that essence, that presence, you don't have to see it. You don't have to touch it. It's something that it comes to you. It comes within. It comes over you. It's a source of. You can be anywhere. You can be in your closet. You can be walking your dog. You can be in prison. You can be taking the shit, whatever. You can experience the presence of God wherever you are. So as a healer, people can sense and feel your presence no matter where you are. They don't even have to hear your voice. They don't even have to see your face, your picture. Nothing. They don't have to get a text or whatever from you, an email, whatever. They're going to feel you. That's the healing power. And I feel like for some of you, you might think that what you're given is not healing. But like I said, you're a trailblazer. It's not going to come in the form that's going to make sense to everybody initially. Where's the revolution in that? If it's already something that's been done time and time and time again, like obviously what's been done time and time again, it's not working. And some people might resonate with other things and other formulas than other ways. Who you're meant to come in contact with, who is meant to come in contact with you, is going to happen naturally. It's going to happen naturally. I didn't pull no tarot. Probably didn't mean, no, it's probably because I'm already on here. It's almost like an hour in. Yeah. And something told me like not to go out for Halloween for some, like, I didn't go out last year. My daughter did, but I don't feel like it's a good idea. Something about it just doesn't sit right. Not even the days leading up to it. Something just telling me to sit it out. I don't know why, but I'm not. Something with doors locked. Brianna, didn't you say something? No, that wasn't you. That was somebody else. Who told me that? Something about keeping your doors locked. Something about October the 13th. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. Leave that. Not getting anything good or bad. I'm just getting something with October 13th. Okay. Somebody, then that was two people, because I could have sworn somebody else said it. So it might have been you too. Knight of Cups, Nine of Swords, Six of Cups, Five of Cups. Spirit is funny. Spirit is funny. Certain, like I said, like Spirit is like, if you're focusing on something that you're not supposed to right now, it's blocking you from getting clarity about what you're supposed to do. And then it's like, okay, well, I got that message out the way. Now we can talk about probably what y'all want to talk about. And I feel like it's love. Because Spirit was not going to start off with love. That's funny. Okay. Interesting. So the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Swords. Something about wondering if someone is going to come in or return. Either it's someone that you are familiar with or someone that you haven't met yet. Like a future mate or something. Because this Knight of Cups is coming. And it's like the worry about it. Worrying. Is it going to come? Or is this person going to return? You might have every reason to believe that they're not going to with that Nine of Swords. Like where you can't see it, or it's like how the winds, the waves, and the hows. It seems very unlikely with the Six of Cups and the Five of Cups. Thank you. Yes. The little, where'd you get these little emojis from, Dara? Yes, that's my favorite scripture, Isaiah 22:22. Yes, most definitely. Yeah, that's really what's going on. And I feel like some of you guys are being guided to tend to yourself. I don't know if you guys have a grandmother that you're heavily close to. Could be on the other side. But something about a memory with your grandmother, something with your hair. I do? Nah, I got my own emojis. When they do that? Yeah, something with like your grandmother and your hair or something, or a moment like where your grandma used to do something to like be attentive to you, whether it was like comb your hair, brush her hand through your hair, or pat your head, or it could just be some type of attentive energy. I don't know why I'm getting that. For some of you guys, this is you tending to your inner child. There's somebody that could return into your life, like somebody that you had either a falling out with, or if not a falling out, like something didn't go the way that you both wanted it to go. Oh, that's cute. I didn't know that. That's cute. Yeah, I'm seeing like somebody that maybe you thought you needed to let go of. You have soulmate, finances, and career. Yeah, this person could be connected to what you do, or you guys met at work, or you guys do the same thing. career wise or something. Or it's like, for some of you, if you feel like you've been led to not focus so much on love and focus on your purpose and things like that, that's for a reason. Because there's someone that you do have a soul connection with. I don't even want to tell you the type of shit my grandma used to put in my hair. Like that shit stank, but it was popping. It was making that shit grow. This is weird. I feel like, oh, I don't know why I'm getting this. Like, I don't want to do this because it's not everybody's story, so I have to be careful how I present it. But when you're very focused on your career and like building that and cultivating it, because it kind of looks like the nurture, like how that girl in the nature or the nurture card in the cannabis oracle was like planting seeds or something. What was she doing? Let me see if I can. Don't tell me, because sometimes I shuffle my cards back in the deck and I'll be like, damn, dang it. Hey Bianca, thank you. My dad gave this to me, this shirt. Let me see. I don't want to look for it. Dang it. I did shuffle it back in the deck. I be doing some dumb shit sometimes, but it's a habit. Like when I'm done reading the cards, I'll shuffle them back in. Just like start all over again. Yeah, you guys remember. You seen it. I don't want to do all that. Okay. Yeah. So when you're focusing on that, that's when this situation comes into focus. Harvest, yeah. This is you focusing on your own energy. I don't promote my my coaching sessions and all that, but I will right now. If you guys are interested, I do have like purpose coaching. I have singles coaching for singles, and I also have for partnerships, like your end of the thing. That's on my website if y'all interested. So it's a 1 hour session each, whatever one you choose, hour session, either through Instagram video call or video live together. It's like a session together. So, or over the phone if you want to do a phone session, either or. It's an hour. Cards, they're not necessary. I don't, obviously it's a coaching session. But yeah, if you guys are interested, it is in, I'll leave it in the description. But yeah, it's on my website, waluchildreadings.ninja/shop. Just scroll down a little bit. Yeah, so for the singles, just looking at like identifying what season you're in relating to your singlehood. Because sometimes we're called to just rest. Sometimes we might be called to open ourselves back up to dating. Maybe we're called to heal. Maybe we're called to focus on something, something. So everybody's season in singlehood is not the same. It's not the same place. So we'll go into that, where to make the most of your singlehood, where healing may still be needed, preparing for your person, and all of that. So yeah, that is the singles coaching. But yeah, you guys can check out the other ones. But yeah, I do feel like when you're not focusing on that, that's when that happens. This person, I'm about to clarify this. I did not want to be on here that long. I was not expecting that. Unconditional Love Blueprint came out again. So this is somebody that you love unconditionally. And I'm looking at this, and I only had this deck for like maybe a week. But if you look in the back, there's all types of scrolls. Some of them are open, some of them are closed. Something, I don't know if this sounds so stupid and corny, but I have to say it. It's like either this person, it's like a blueprint on your heart. Again, codes. Spirit gave you codes about this person too. Or the person that's coming in. For some of you, you already know this person, like physically know them. You have walking meditation, just go. Dead Sea Scrolls. The Wizard, not the blunt. This person could be a writer, or you could be a writer, and like something like when you smoke or something, you could get downloads or like something with like your write. You could be a writer or musician or something with writing. It's like, oh my God, I don't know why I'm getting this. It's funny. I just heard Wiz Khalifa. It's funny. What the hell? I don't know why I heard that. Not Wiz Khalifa. Yeah, so I don't know. Something with music maybe. Stability. This is like Emperor energy. This is somebody that is stable, or you are this Emperor energy. You're stable. It's like giving I am. Like it does have the Emperor. It's like implied as the Emperor. Oh, Lord. Wow. The Emperor does have Aries energy. So the I am, the self. This is somebody that's very self. They're established within who they are as a person. So I wouldn't take it as wisdom successor. Thank you. I knew it had to be something. I know it wasn't completely literal. Thank you. Hey, Ashley. Hey. Yeah, I don't know why, for some reason, like they could be stable, like, you know, literal, like financially. Yes, this is general. They literally could be stable financially and within themselves and what they got going on. But not just that, I feel like this person they're stable with who they are as a person. Like they know who they are as a person. It's very like divine kingship. It's not like it's not Kevin Samuels 2.0. It's not that type of, that's delusional. That's delusional masculinity. That's not what I'm talking about whatsoever. That's delusion. Anybody that talks to women like that is not a divine masculine. Just keep it 100. And anybody that listens to that crap is delusional. But yeah. Because an emperor knows that they have an empress, and the empress is just as powerful within her energy and her duties and who she is as he is. They're both valuable to each other. So any man that's looking at women as a lesser than is delusional. Mami Wata. And that is memories. There's something imprinted on this person. This person, oh my God, I can't even talk. They're imprinted on you in some sort of way. This person has made a mark in your life. This is somebody that you won't never forget. Like, I'm not talking about like, oh, my first love, or oh, you know, the first person I ever, you know, had, you know, did to do it. First person to break my heart. No, not quite like that. But it's somebody that no matter who you talk to, who you date, or who may try to talk to you, who may try to date you, something about this person will always leave a marker on you. Always. Like no one compares. I don't know why I'm getting that. And this person may not be the finest person ever. They may not have it all like that. Something like where you can easily be like, they're not, you know, I can easily move on with any other person. It's something about that person. And if you're not in that situation, you'll know when it's your person, because it's a feeling like they've imprinted you. Like there's something written here. And that also can be another message within itself as well, of something that's already divinely written. It's already established. to give me like, some of you guys might be called to the islands or something. I did mention Hawaii. This might be a little too specific, but some of you guys might find a gemstone or like some type of, yeah, it could be a gem or something by the water or while you're taking a walk or something. Beyond, yeah, this is like divine love. Then the devil always lurks in the back. So anything that is divine, it's always going to be attacked by a lower vibrational energy. There's always going to be an attack on that. Always. Then you have bliss at the top with trust. So if it's something that makes you feel in that state of blissfulness, like that high vibration, something that just, it's like it's out of this world, like it makes you feel that. Spirit's saying trust that. That is a navigation. The devil is always going to lurk in the back to tempt you or to test you out of that, whether that's mentally, like, you know, try to mess with your mind or use other people to get you to doubt or to waver. But this right here is beyond the physical realm. So you don't have to know who this person is yet in order for it to be real. You can sense it. Always use your discernment though, because yeah, there's always a shadow side to things where they call it spirit husbands or spirit wives, where it's like trickster spirits and stuff like that. But if it's not that stinky, nasty energy that's like sexual and it's always like sex dreams and all that all the time and stuff, like if it's not that type of level, don't trip off of it. But if it's that state of bliss that you just can't understand, because like I said, Christ-like energy or the essence of divine spirit, you could be anywhere in the world, you could be doing anything and still feel the presence. You don't got to see it. Like, you don't got to have no Buddhas, you don't have to have no angel statues. And spirit got on me about that before. Like, spirit broke my whole Uriel thing, like just broke it. And I had an Oshun thing too and broke her. Like, you don't worship these things. The spirit, the essence is what matters. You don't have to see it, touch it, or feel it. It already is. It's an essence. So the word beyond, it's beyond this physical realm, and you see how the angel presence is around. I said this in another video. I don't remember which one it was. Maybe it was one with the, I think I used the Mary Magdalene cards. And I was picking up that a masculine energy that has like a Christ-like energy. They're very powerful in their healing. They're a person of love. They're not deviant. They're not evil. They're not trying to tear women down. It's not Christ energy at all. Christ was a very prolific energy. I would say, I don't know who I could say has that energy. It's not saying that you're perfect. That's because we're human at the end of the day. So it's not that this person is going to be perfect and do no harm, but they have a healing quality to they're a selfless person. They're not selfish by any means. They don't seek to harm people. Even those that people that do them dirty, they don't have the heart to do the same. There's somebody that kind of is like, if somebody does them grimy, they'll just cut them off and just keep it moving. They're not the type that seeks revenge or to hurt or harm people. So yeah, something about this person's presence with people is just healing. Like I said, you don't got to do or say anything. You can just be, or you can just be in amongst other people, and something about you people will gravitate to or find some type of peace or healing. So when you have the right people around you in your life, they will appreciate your presence. And I feel like this person's presence is appreciated by the right people. By the wrong people, people seek to suck the life out of this person, like energy vampires. And this could be you. You don't have to be a Christ energy and be a male. You could have that as a feminine energy as well, or as a woman. You can have that energy. But I'm getting like identifications. Yeah, remember how Spirit was saying like descriptions? So your person may be described to you in a certain way or in a similar way. Oh, wow. I just noticed this. There's 2 keys at the bottom of this card. Right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. So, I need to get my nails done, child. Do I have to do like the makeup artists, the makeup gurus? This is my new brush. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, it is keys too. 2 keys. And I get like this energy of like something unlikely about this. Something unlikely about this. Like pair between the 2 of you. It's like this girl and this guy, they don't look quite the same. Like he looks more like what quote unquote people are saying, you know, is attractive in society, and she looks kind of like quote unquote nerdy, right? Like she looked like she loves Twilight and she loves Harry Potter movies. No shade. And then he looks like, I don't know what he looked like. But anyway, I feel like whoever this person is, whether you are the feminine, masculine, whatever, male, female, whatever, you guys kind of look different outside, but internally you're not the same. I mean, you are the same, excuse me. Internally, there's a similarity, there's the same essence. So this is a blessed connection. Regardless of what society says, and again, it goes back to the whole trailblazer thing. Like, you're not called to be like, and that's something we all got to get into our hearts and our minds, if this is for you anyway. That when you're called to kind of like, you're different and you're called to do things, and it may not be something that everybody relates to, decipher a message. Winter, what are you making? That's a smell. Yeah, I feel like this is something that you guys are different. You guys are called to different things in life, but it will be compatible. It will coexist, and it will be a complement to one another. But I feel like you're not going to be what everybody kind of expects, or like when you guys come together, people might look at it as like kind of weird, or you know what I mean? You fits society's normal, what you do, and I don't feel like it. I don't. If you're watching my shit, no, you're not. You're just not. You're not that. You don't fit society's norms. I don't get that. So maybe it could be your person kind of fits something that like fits that society thing. They could be in corporate America, something like that, or could be the quote unquote like the good looking person that people will prefer or look at as that. And then what is that movie? This is probably not the best example. She's All That, because she wasn't really like bad looking. Like she just had a different type of style. Like in my mind, like when I see that movie, like she wasn't unattractive. She just dressed different. She wasn't wearing the tight dresses, and she wasn't dressed like that. So I didn't see that as like, oh, she's just so unattractive. Oh, you gotta, I'll bet you such and such amount of money if you can date her. Like I didn't get all of that, but I'm gonna just use it for reference. So like a situation like that where Freddie Prinze Jr., he's the popular guy, he's handsome, all of that. He can have the whatever, you know, Barbie doll looking like chicks, whatever. Let's call them IG models of the world today, right? But he's looking at a girl that's more eccentric, more artsy. That's how I saw her. The girl in She's All That. If you ever seen that movie, it's a 90s movie. It's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. I love 90s movies, period. Like them teenage movies, I love the movies. But anyway, she just looked artsy to me. I don't know. But anyway, it's like that. Like people just wouldn't see why would you be interested in her. And it wasn't about what she looked like on the external or what he looked like on the external. It was the connection. And that's, I feel like people on the surface of things, they don't understand it. They don't get it. Like, what the hell? Like, why? Same thing with that couple I posted a few months ago. Yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. was really cute back then. Very handsome. But what was I gonna say? The couple that I posted where it was one woman, she was a plus size woman, and her man was like, he looked like a gym rat type guy, right? Buff, he had the muscles and all of that, and she was more plump, more fuller, right? And they had went viral on TikTok. They did like a you know how couples, they show themselves getting dressed in the morning and then they do like a swap and then they're all dressed up and stuff. They did that and they went viral because of that video, but mainly because of what they look like on the external. So she didn't look like the woman that people would deem is appropriate for him. You know what I mean? They would probably associate him with being with another woman that's into fitness and is chiseled and cut versus a woman that's fuller, but they known each other since they were in high school. So it was, you know, they already had that bond, but it's sad that that's how people see things. Like, oh no, he would never be with somebody like that because, and it can go that same way for men, but I find it more common that most so-called really attractive women will date so-called not so attractive men than a man will date a quote-unquote not so attractive woman to society standards. I don't feel like it's common for men to do that, whereas for women it's more common for them to do that. They'll date a man that's not Mr. Universe to everybody else, and it's because women, we're more emotional, we are more so we're feelers. We connect beyond the physical. Men, they're more visual creatures than women are. Not saying that women don't like visual, but we're more so heart connected. When we're heart connected women, there's women that are superficial and that, no, it's not going to fly. But if you're looking for a true connect and you genuinely connect with a person on a spiritual and emotional level, mental level, different. Not rocks in bed. I'm done with you. I gotta get off of here. I can't do it today. I gotta go. I have to go. I can't. I shouldn't even be laughing at that, but it's just funny, like the way you said it. But there's nothing wrong with either or. That's the thing. Like, there's something in someone for everybody. Like, there's something in someone for everybody. It's not about, you know, it's just what is. And I feel like a lot of these type of connections, they are not going to make sense to the modern world. That's just long story of what I'm getting. It's not going to make sense to modern society standards. It's really not. So if you don't look like an IG model, you don't have a BBL, or you're not shaped like a supermodel, Victoria's Secret model or whatever, don't count yourself out. And some of those women at times may also feel like, you know, do people genuinely like me for me, or are they only into it because of how I look? You know, everybody's got a something that they're going to deal with, right? So it's, at the end of the day, it's really all about connectedness. And that's the thing. You want somebody that's going to love you for you, whether you are the baddest or the flyest dude, whatever. You want someone that's going to love you for you. Just as anybody that feel like they're not the most attractive man or woman, they want someone that's going to genuinely love them for them. Oh yes, honey, Victoria's Secret models, they showing it. You know, our auntie Nia Long, like, beautiful women, highly coveted, highly desired, it can still happen to them. It can still happen. So that type of stuff, like that only goes so far. Like if that's the thing that people say, oh, I want to marry this person because they look like this, or because he has this, he has that, or whatever the case may be, to a person that really genuinely desires connectedness, that's not going to last for long. Oh, I've been played before, but I've been deceived now. I don't want to get too much of my business, but there's people that I thought was like, oh my goodness, like, oh, he's so fine. And then you get around him, or you know, something happened, something go down, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, excuse my language, but it happens. So you don't want to base it off of those things, because you could be heavily deceived. And I have. Like, you don't want to base it off of those looks. You don't. Because either, you know, sometimes they might be airheads. Sometimes, you know, it ain't what you think it is. You know what I mean? And that could happen to anybody. And I've had connections with people that others probably wouldn't think is all that attractive and all that cute. And I actually genuinely liked them. I had a good time with them for the time that they were in my life. So, but like I said, I feel like women, we're more prone to not be so fixated on looks like that. Like if we like a dude, especially if they're funny or something, and like they're, you know, we have a good relationship, like the fine stuff, that doesn't really, you know what I mean? Like I see that more with women. Men, not so much. Unless it's for some other reasons. But I mean, there are men out there that like what they like. And I think that as humans, there's so much different types of beauty. Like when I look at different types of people, I don't understand like how society only fixate on one type of beauty or look, or it has to be a certain standard. I don't understand that. Or that people have to dress a certain way, and some of it is done. It's overly done. Like it's too much. Like, you know, I'm tired of it. And people do what they want with their bodies, but I'm tired of everybody looking like the same, like looking like it's an ant, a plant. What's it called? Looking like a bug's life and ants. Like I'm sick of that. I don't know about y'all. I'm not even a man. I don't even date women, but I'm sick of seeing that shit. Like it's getting on my nerves. Like everybody looks the same. And even the ones that don't have BBLs, they might be more thinner, you know, more on the European spectrum, the small, the thin look. They all have the same look. They all do their hair the same way. They all do their makeup the same way. They all dress the same. Like, it's like, what the hell? Like, where am I going to get my pick? But then again, people are going to be drawn to who they're drawn to if it's for the right reasons. Even if she does dress like everybody else, her heart's built different. And you find love in that. But it's just like, nowadays there's no, I'm not going to say that, because there is a lot of unique people. There's a lot of unique beauties. I just wish that it would be more celebrated. And maybe over time, because never in our day, not for me personally, growing up in the era when Victoria's Secret was a thing, or when it was first birthed, and like the fashion spreads and stuff, or the magazines that they had at the time, and the shows and all of that. Never would I have thought you would see, hey Namiko, never did I ever expect to see women who were plus size modeling for these companies. Like, not in my day. I never saw that. I never thought to see that. So when plus size models started to become bigger or more of a thing, yeah, confidence is whatever you got. Yes. Better Hey, what was that movie? Nutty Professor, I think, where he was like, you got the strength. That movie had me weak. That's a crazy ass movie. But yeah, the whole plus size thing, I didn't expect to see that. And then not only plus size, you have, you know, people that are disabled, and it's like they're opening up different types. And even our Barbies, like back in the day when we had Barbies, we had Barbie with the blonde hair, we might have had a Barbie with brunette hair, and we had a black Barbie. But nowadays you have a whole spectrum of different types of Barbies. They got freckles, they got curvy body ones, they got skinny ones, they got tall ones, they got shorter ones. Like, they got different hair colors, different hair textures, skin tones. Like, where were these Barbies at when I was little? Like, they doing their thing with that, and I love to see that, because as little girls, I don't know if girls still play with Barbies, but that's a good thing to have, something that you can identify with, or just be open to different. You can be open to different types of people by playing with different types of dolls. Like, it's very common. I didn't know this, but like little white girls, they would want the black Barbies because it was different from them. They like to play with the black Barbies, which is interesting. And I feel like that in itself, and of course school and teaching and all of that helps the diversity and things like that, depending on what area you live in and where you grow up. But if you grow up in a diverse neighborhood, or you go to a diverse public school, or even private, whatever, that you're able to be around different types of people. So you're not only programmed to think a certain way, or to accept only this type of person, or you can only interact with this type of person. This is a good person, this is a bad person, this is a handsome or pretty person, this is an ugly person. You know, you can get rid of all of that. So media growing up is very different from media when we were coming up, because they had an agenda for sure when we were growing up, what was beautiful and what was not. So, you know, you see a lot of you can still see it playing out today, like, and I feel like it's programming, whether it's in the household and or media, whether it's what you see on TV, because you always see in the cartoons, if it's a black cartoon, they always have a dark-skinned girl that's the ghetto one, the loud one, like those type of like stereotypes and stuff like that. That type of shit programming is on, like, so yeah. And I do feel like it plays in what people date. I really do. Like, I can only speak for black community, but like, you'll hear these stupid things like, oh, I don't date dark-skinned girls because they ghetto, they loud. Like, that's not true. I know plenty of dark-skinned women, they're not ghetto and like, stop. Like, and if you're that hive-minded, like most people tend to be, where you could just come up with that assumption because of what you see on TV, and you haven't, maybe you have experienced it, but to categorize everybody as, oh, this is ghetto, or this is unattractive, oh, I'm just not attracted, oh, nappy head, like stupid stuff like that. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, colorism is a big thing, black issue wise, colorism, but not even that. Like, I was watching the whole documentary, I think it was based in, was it the Philippines? I think it was in the Philippines, and they were talking about this, how heavy the skin bleaching thing was out there. And they have an injection, I think it's called the Cinderella treatment or Cinderella cocktail or something. Y'all can look this shit up. But it's something where they inject the bleaching into the person's skin, and it's so dangerous. And the man, it was a guy out there that would do research on these things, and he would test how much they had to go on, like, you know how they have the markets? They had to go to these markets and like kind of like sneak their way around to buy these soaps and products and creams, because they're not supposed to sell it. It's illegal. But there's a certain amount that they can sell, but if it's over a certain amount, like the ingredient, they can't sell it. So some people will sell it underground, or like, you know, black market it, whatever. So they got all these different creams and everything, and then they did these tests on them, and it was like way beyond the level, like way, I can't remember the measurements, but way beyond the level of what they're supposed to have in those creams. And it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. Melanin is where it is. I don't know how true this is, but I was reading something probably like a couple years ago or so, where they said melanin is used in a cell phone. I don't know how valid that is, or how true that is. But yeah, no, it's like, it's bad everywhere. So I can't just say it's in the African American community and in African community alone, because yeah, of course, like in Jamaica or the Caribbean period, like people spend millions on those things, on those bleaching creams. Africa, same thing. India, same thing. Vietnam, like so much. Philippines, like it's so sad that the whole world, I don't know what that comes from, where that brainwashing, it is real? Oh wow. Where the brainwashing comes in that says like your skin tone is ugly, whether it's light or it's dark. Where does that come from? You know what I mean? Where does that come from? That ideology, like I can get it from American standpoint because of the slave, but the slavery was going on all around the world. So I've actually got to step back with that, because actually slavery was going on everywhere, but all across the globe, London, wherever, it was going on. But it's just really sad. And I feel like, again, I really feel like it's programming. Because when you watch the movies, like when you watch the Bollywood movies, you see the lighter skinned women or the lighter skinned men. Even when you watch telenovelas, I don't know if y'all ever watched a Latino soap opera before. Even then, like you'll see that, like they'll prefer the ones that kind of look white, like the Mexicans or the whatever they're from, whether it's Dominican, and they'll put them in the roles, the leading roles and stuff. It's really strange. And then the ones that kind of look like traditionally Mexican or whatever, they usually play the maids and stuff. Or it's just crazy. Like it's really weird. It's weird shit. But yeah. I want people to not feel like they're not enough because of what they look like, even your size. I came across a ghetto gym. It's not really ghetto. I mean, it is kind of, some of the stuff that I seen on that show was a little ghetto. Celia Cruz. Oh, wow. I have to look that up. But it was, it's like a talk show. I don't know if it comes on regular TV or is it just like in Cuba. Okay. It was just a, I don't know if it's just a YouTube thing or it's like something that comes on TV, but he's kind of like a Maury Povich mixed with like Jerry Springer, but it's not as ratchet as Jerry Springer. But it's a new show. I can't think of his name now. It starts with a K. And I just came across it yesterday, and I seen this one episode where this guy, I guess they're friends. It was a male guy, a male friend, and a female friend. And the female friend was a plus size model. And yes, it's him. And it was this plus size woman, and she was really like, her body was banging. Like, yes, she's plus, like you can tell she's fuller, but she had like, you know, the hourglass, and that to some men might be too much, but for some it's like it's just enough. But she was darker skinned, deeply melanated, and she had like a short fade. But like those things that people are like, oh, that's not, because she doesn't have hair flowing down her back or whatever the case may be. But she was beautiful, just as she was. And this man was like trolling her, trying to like come at her for her weight. And I'm glad that the host was like, you know, we're going to stop the conversation here. Women don't ever take critique from men trying to tell you about your body and this and that, especially if it's coming from a harsh place in the way that he was describing it. But I'm looking at her and I'm just like, again, unconventional beauty, meaning it's not something that's highly pushed. She doesn't look like what people say is attractive, like a Kim Kardashian or Beyonce, and all these, like, whatever they're pushing is like, this is the ideal look. She's different from that, but she's beautiful. She's her own beauty. She's herself. She's herself. So regardless of that, there's going to be that's not the people for you. You know what I mean? Like, if people only looking at people only are looking at the external alone and then critiquing and saying, no, I don't want to get to know that person, and there's something wrong with that. Or they're not worth getting to know. Oh, whatever. It's not for everybody. Everybody is not for everyone. And that is okay. And you're entitled to what you want. This is my thing when people be with this preference ideology. My thing with that is like, you will prefer something, but that doesn't mean that you'll completely exclude everything else and be like, no, I don't want it. Like, I prefer a caramel frappuccino, but if you have something similar, I might try that. That's different. You're entitled to your own opinion, but I don't know. I don't know. Because this is like, it's a very popular saying that your type is probably why you're single. Yes, this world is so diverse, and there's so much that we have, things that we, all around the world, there's different types of things that are beautiful. And what people might deem as attractive, or what means health and wellness, where some people might look at health and wellness in one society as being skinny, whereas in other countries, health and wellness is fuller people. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a fine line between preference and fetish, and I don't think people understand the psyche of that. Like, when you're fetishizing something or fetishizing a person. And I'll never forget it. I had a friend. She's, what is she? I think she's Black, Filipino, and Hawaiian. And I'll never forget what she said. She was like, this guy was like calling her light skin or something like a nickname like that. And she was like, is that the only reason why you like talk to me? And she said that made her feel like, it gave her a complex, because like, that's the only thing that you see in me is my complexion, my hair, like that type of stuff. Like, that's fetishizing. It is. I had this conversation with somebody close to me. I'm not going to say who it was, but I'm like, really? Like, it's the way that they said it, and I was just like, it's so weird. Like, that's creepy shit. Like, weird. Like, yeah, you might find that beautiful. That's fine. Like, some people might be like, I love dark skin tone people, because women say it all the time. Like, they love dark skinned men. Like, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with saying that that is something that stands out to you or whatever. But when it's something that's connected to, like something that's connected to something that you covet and you think is better than other things, that's weird to me. It's so weird to me. It's like, that's scary. Like, it's weird. And if everybody, like, if you lined up every person that I've talked to, dated, maybe been interested, they don't look nothing like, they might have some similarities maybe, but they're different skin tones, heights, weights, different things, different hair textures. They don't all look like this. Like, they don't all have that same one look. Like, if that's the case, that's weird to me. Like, that's really weird. Yes. That's really weird. Like, how in the hell is it that you strategically or just perfectly just picked out people that all look the same? Like, that's weird to me. That's some weird shit. Like a serial killer, like, you got a target, like, you got a preference of what you like. You know what I mean? Like, that is weird. That's some weird shit. I don't know. I find it to be sickening. It's sickening. But it's really weird. It's strange to me. Genetic material is satanic, playing God. Yeah. Like, you might as well, I wouldn't say like as far as being like Hitler, but like, you got a particular thing that you're trying to, I'll never forget this. I don't know if you guys ever seen this video. I don't want to get too much into the colorism and self-hate topics of things, but there was this video. It was like some football players, I think. What is it called? I can't remember what. I think it was it was a YouTuber that I was watching, and she talks about these things often. But she had she had posted a clip of these football players with their wives and their girlfriends, and these ninjas, and most of them at the table were dark-skinned men. Their women were of other races, most of them, maybe some of them were biracial women, but they were at the table and they were like cheering to more light-skinned kids. And I'm looking at them like, if y'all can see my face right now, I'm looking at them like, cheers to more light-skinned kids, but you like, what? Like, black is night, talking about cheers to more light-skinned kids. And I'm just thinking to myself, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Interesting. Make it make sense. Yeah, I was kind of stuck for a second because I'm thinking, I'm like looking and I'm just like, really? Like, this is some next level shit right here. Like, you can't be that sick. But hey, the number, I don't know if I want to look at stuff like that right now. I'm still trying to process why people could sit and watch a Jeffrey Dahmer movie or a series or whatever. I can't. Being reenacted. It's different between watching a documentary like Discovery Channel or something, or forensic science type of show or crime channel, but watching like a biopic show, series, whatever, of it being reenacted, I don't understand that. I don't know how people can do that. I don't. Some people like crime shows and stuff like that. Like my mom likes shit like that, but no thank you. Yeah, the self-hate is real. Like that right there was like really intense. Like cheers to more like, and just the stupidity of even cheering to something like that. Like not cheering to healthy kids of something, whatever, true love, something, cheering to whatever. But you cheering to like you're like what? Like what? Somebody help it make sense. Hey, shout out to Amsterdam. This movie Hostel fucked me up. I don't know if I ever go to Amsterdam thanks to that movie. Yeah. Oh, girl, I was just talking about that Winnie the Pooh movie the other day. I was just talking about that. It's like, why? And it's so ghetto. Like, it's low budget. Oh, my God. It's so low budget. It's disgusting, too. Like, Piglet looked so gross. Like, this is just, ugh. Like, who thinks of shit like this? Like, who has time to say, I'm going to make a Winnie the Pooh movie, but I'm going to make it a horror film where Winnie the Pooh is abandoned and he just gonna seek out revenge to kill. Like, what? Yeah. Or our kids to be sick. You're already doing a good job of like trying to taint the kids' minds with violence, as you can see. But right, leave them alone. Leave the movies, leave the cartoons, leave the storybooks and stuff alone. Like, why does it gotta be like gory? Much love to you too. It's like gory, like disgusting. Like next, what y'all gonna do? Make Ninja Turtles into some like ninja assassins, like killing people and shit? Like, what y'all gonna do next? Like, leave stuff alone. Right. Yeah, it's like nowadays, like the phones and the stuff like that, like, because I'd be curious, I'd be like, what is Winter looking at? Was she on like TikTok and stuff? Like, I know that it goes off of an algorithm of what she most likely watches, so you be scared like she's gonna see something she don't need to be seeing. It's always raining. Jack's, oh my God. Yeah, that's all I could think about is when I was at, at Disneyland, and I seen the Pirates of the Caribbean, because the new version, I have up until like last week. Was it last week or the week before? I can't remember. Last week. I've never seen Pirates of the Caribbean updated, because I went to Disneyland as a little kid, so at that time he wasn't even a thing. So when I went back and I seen that they incorporated him in there, the only thing I could think of is that fucking court case. The fucking court case. Like, but it's just life. It is what it is. Anyway, it's life. But anyway, let me get my assets off of this live. I'm going to try to do some reads today, because I have a whole day just chilling. And yeah. Like, how y'all gonna do that to my childhood? You gonna have silly old bear over here acting the fool, slaughtering people. Like, that's not how I see him. He's a sweetheart. Y'all ain't gonna convince me that this is Winnie the Pooh doing this. And Piglet either. I was about to say something that's probably not funny. I'm gonna leave it alone, because I'm about to say something about Eeyore, but I'm not gonna do that, because I have a dark sense of humor, but I'm not gonna do that. It is. And it can feel like the evil is winning. It can definitely feel that way. But it's for a time. Right, he only eats honey. Not Winston. Not Winston the Pooh. You too, have a beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of your evening or your day, your afternoon. Enjoy it. Y'all be safe. I mean, I'm gonna watch it for shits and giggles. I don't know if it's out already. That it's gonna be on something like Tubi or something, because I don't see that coming out in the movie theaters. I just don't. I don't. So it's probably gonna be on something ratchet. What they do with Elmo? The only ratchet thing and horror thing that I can think of, what they did to like emo, might as well be emo. Elmo, is that they did that that little release on Christmas and had people going crazy over child. Had people fighting and hurting. Like, these kids probably don't even want that. Like, y'all going crazy over something that you want to get your kids, but they probably don't even want that. Just dumb. Like, this is something the kids are gonna put down. Oh, you talking about that Sesame's Place? Yeah. That was some other shit. I don't like that. And what's weird though is, wasn't Sesame Street like created for like kids that lived in poverty or the ghetto or something like that? I don't know. But yeah. It's not Sesame's Place. Like, that sounds like a restaurant. I know. It's never a quick message. Yeah. So how, like, the discrimination, like, I don't understand. Sesame's Palace. Don't it sound like some Chinese food? It sounds like a restaurant. Like, it kind of making me hungry. Sesame's Palace. It does. It does sound like a Chinese restaurant. It does. I'm not gonna lie. Sesame's Place, Sesame's Palace, like, it sound like they got the bomb egg rolls. They got the best egg rolls in town at Sesame's Palace. Stupid. So Something is wrong. Now that I just snorted. Oh my God. Somebody help. For real. Help me. Oh my God. Yes. You had your 5th birthday party. Your mom cussed out. Oh no. Yes, I want to order a plate from Sesame's Palace. I want some egg rolls. I want. That's a mess. I'm sorry that you had to go through that with like characters like Sesame. Like that's just horrifical. I can imagine. Yeah, those videos were so like inappropriate. Like you don't knock down like kids and then like small kids. Like that was really stupid. They do serve Chinese food. It's crazy. I've never heard of that place until now. Like I've never heard of them. And not now like the chat, but like that whole incident. I'm trying to wait for this tarot deck I just ordered. Just came out on Tuesday and I've been eyeing it for a little bit. And it's taking forever. Where they at? Usually it tells you how many stops they have, but it's not telling me. Let me see. Doo-doo-doo. It usually tells you. It didn't. I don't know. It's weird. It should be here soon. I might take a little bit break from reading and then wait till the deck comes and probably like do a general read or something. I don't really feel led to do no pick of cards. Like that just takes a lot of energy out of me. I just don't have it. I don't have it to give in my Oh, he's 2 stops away. Oh, he's close. Ooh. I heard stories about the little costume people at Disneyland. No, I'm still at my dad's house. And I'm still in California. I'm still in Cali. I'm not. Yeah, they're 2 stops away. They should be here. Yeah, so ooh. They paying college intuition college intuition. College tuition. Oh wow. Okay. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm just not in the pick a card mood. Like, it's a lot. I used to love doing how do they feel reads, but it's because, my God, you guys know how I am. Like, the cocktail of cards. Like, I'll be using a cocktail. I'll be like, I want to use that. No. Oh, wow. Not pick a card is baby tarot. Explain. You're gonna have to explain. I wanted to hear the breakdown because it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot. Especially for those that like edit their shit and all of that, like put the intros and the like music and stuff. Like that takes a lot of work. Look at this baby. Oh, this kitty. He's so cute. That is so cute. Oh, how cute. He looks like my bear. It's so cute. It is. I'm throwing shade now that Mercury's direct. It's nice marking, but come on, son. How many times are we going to ask the same question? One thing that I can say that's cool about pick a cards is the fact that it's like a cocktail. Like you get to be like, okay, like for your personal like you can choose a reading that could be potentially, not that it's going to be 100% accurate because it's general, right? So it's not like it's tailored for Melissa and it's tailored for I don't know, William or something. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be preference for like you specifically, but it's enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna shoot. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I think it's just like a preference thing of being able to choose like a reading that, you know, it's not going to be one saying like one bulk of a message. It's like you can get something different. That's the only thing that I can say. But some of the topics is like, it's just like, why? Like, you know what I mean? Not saying if that's what you're led to do, like I can't speak for them. Like if that's what you like, you led to do, you love to do it, whatever, or if it's just solely for views and stuff or whatever, I don't know. But some of it is a little too much. I will be honest. It is. And it's very time consuming. So shout out to the people that have the energy to do that shit. Because like to sit there and then like, because I've never did like the whole take thing because, you know, I'm real simplistic. I'm not like the best with like cameras and shit. So I like to do lives because it already is uploading itself. So when I'm done with the live, it's just processing everything and then it's already done. Whereas opposed to you using a camera where you have to upload the video and then it takes time to do that. And you got to edit it first. Actually, you got to edit it. You got to pause the video and then go to the next cards. And then it's just that hell to the no. No. Unless like I would had like someone that could do that for me, maybe, but no. Child, no. Yeah, I used to go hard like during like it was like maybe a few Christmases ago. Like during that whole Christmas season, like I was going in on the pick of cards. Like I didn't even know I was doing that. Like I had a few in between and then I had my generals mainly that were there and some of my little celebrity reads and shit like that. But then like Christmas came and I was just busting them out. I don't know why, but that I could do it at that time, but now it's not the same. And I really feel like some of the shit is redundant. And I know that when I sit down to read, sometimes it's not even about the cards no more. I know it's not all pick a card. No, I know. Ooh, the wind is raging. Calm down, wind. Calm down, calm down. What's wrong with you? Whew. Yeah, I don't know what to say about 2023. Question, has anybody heard about this wealth transfer prophecy? Has anybody heard about that? It's very popular, I see on YouTube, and I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I kind of resonate with it to an extent. Like, I do believe that there's some truth to it. However, you know, when certain people get a hold of some type of information, then they go crazy with it. Just like the whole September 23rd thing, everybody was going crazy talking about, oh, this is going to happen and God showed me that. It was like this doom and gloom thing, right? So when this wealth transfer, now it's this new prophecy. And I think like some people talked about it maybe a while ago, but now it's like really like a big thing now. Not blow the dustiness out of tarot land. Tarot is just, now it's just, it might as well be like makeup channels, how makeup channels were back in like 2010 to like 2015, 16, how makeup channels was like the thing back then. Might as well be like that. Oh yeah, I'm not even worried about that type of stuff. Like, God is always gonna protect. We're good. Even through a recession. It's happened before. It might be a little bit different now, but you already know what they're trying to do with the recession, with the money situation. You already know. What the heck? What? Ooh, 2222 viewers and likes. The shade. She said, you saw the readers finding Jesus when we've been on Jesus the whole time. Now you contour. The shade. I think that was, I'm not going to say it's like one aspect of that, because I do believe that this is not something that everybody should be into. I really don't. I don't feel like tarot should be used as like a makeup brush. Like, I mean, makeup is not for everybody. Like, as far as like being a makeup artist or just being good at makeup, that's not everybody's thing. You know what I mean? So maybe that's not the best way to use it, but it's not thing that it's not just something that you just pick up and then, you know, I don't feel like it should be treated as such. I really don't. Oh, I know there was some tarot readers up in there. He was having, yeah. I love that. Jesus turning the tables. I don't know why, but I don't know. Like, I don't feel like it's something everybody should be doing. It's really not. And for those people that are like, oh my God, I'm turning over to Jesus, I gotta run. It's because that probably was some stuff you had no business messing with. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't something that you were supposed to be doing. The other thing of it, somebody probably had a bad experience with something, like something happened that probably could have been prevented, or just being a little bit careful, or just spiritual hygiene was not on point, and you had a spooky experience. Durian Virtue, you know, I think she did trigger a lot of people. And again, like, that could have been her journey. Like, who's to say that? I don't want to talk bad about that experience because that's her experience. Yeah, not everybody is called to everything. And like, tarot, it's not just like, I'm telling you, like, it is a tool. It is a spiritual tool. So naturally, like, just people just getting on this trend and wanting to play with cards and wanting to, and probably doing stuff with their tarot that probably opened some shit. Sitting there probably asking spirits questions and stuff and opening up like that. No, no. Like, oh, let me ask, are you here with us? Like, girl, like, you doing stuff you ain't got no business. Then you going to bed and you can't sleep because you didn't invite something in. Like, playing with, that's like Ouija boards. Like, I would never touch a Ouija board. What use do I have for that? I can contact the other side if I need to, but I don't want to even do that. Like, if it's not something that is spiritually beneficial to me in some way, or if it's anything I need to know, I ain't got to do that. You know, like, I don't got to be sitting there twiddling with some puzzle piece thing. Like, I don't got to do all of that. It's just like, no. And some people, maybe they were called to it for a time and now it's time for them to leave it alone. Yes. It's time to leave it alone. Because it's not something cute, and I hate that it's marketed that way. Like nowadays, like everybody wants to play with tarot. Everybody is a tarot reader. Everybody want to read somebody. It's like, it's just fake. Like, come on. And it's like the tool itself, like if you're going to use it as a spiritual tool or as a tool of guidance or help, or to help others or help yourself, whatever, the stupid shit, like I don't even want to say stupid, but who's gossiping about you, that type of stuff, like that. Unless you need to know, like, is there somebody in my circle or somebody that's like talking shit about me, like tarot, I mean, it could tell you that. And then also, the tarot is not the only source that you can get that. Spirit can reveal that to you, or just come out on its own. But that type, like, we really pulling tarot on like who's gossiping about you. What you gonna do about it? You gonna confront it? You gonna say something? What good is it? Or maybe it might help you to cut somebody out of your life, but at the end of the day, like, you're watching a general reading. I'm not shaming anybody that's looked at that, because I mean, that's something I'm sure anybody like wants to know. Okay, cool. Oh, how does this person want? Like, I'm probably talking about myself, because I used to do the sex reads and stuff. That was fun. I used to like doing those. I'm not gonna lie. Come off a little prudish when I read, but I used to have fun reading those. But like, some stuff is just like, when it's overly done, it's not help. At the end of the day, like, it's not really helpful. You know what I mean? Like, we can do stuff for entertainment and stuff for a time, and it's good to hear certain things. But when it's done time and time again, and this is one thing that I don't want to do, and I feel like, you know, Spirit won't even allow me to be on here all the time, to where people are dependent upon me giving them, being the source of information for them. Or if it's not being the source of it, then always needing me or another reader to confirm something for you in a deck of cards. And I feel like I really do believe that's part of the reason why Spirit doesn't allow me to always come on, because I don't always feel led to come on and read. And sometimes, like, if I am guided to give a message, it's not going to be with cards. It just comes out. Because the spirit or the essence or the power is not in the cards. They're just a physical, almost like a PowerPoint to get the point across, in a sense. Like when you're watching a PowerPoint in the classroom and your teacher is showing you something, it's for you to have a visual perspective of what they're teaching you visually, but the power is not in that. It's not in that. So all that other stuff, like watching tarot all the time and stuff, like at a point, like it got to a point for me back in the day where I was so obsessed with needing to know, not my future everything in life, but like a specific area of my life where I needed to know, because I wanted to validate whether or not I was getting things clear, or was I seeing it clear. I wasn't, for one, I wasn't trusting myself. Two, most importantly, I was not trusting God. I was putting my source of information and guidance in a human being, such as like another person, such as myself, another human being, and a deck of cards to tell me. Can you get a message through it? Of course. Like, there's going to be something that you can get out of it, but there's also a point in time too where you might not get any clarity, and that's for you to back off, because you can tap into source what you need whenever you need, and sometimes it's not as quick as getting an instantaneous message. And I feel like that's the addiction of tarot, is it's something you feel is instantaneous. When you're fucking with a real messenger, a messenger of the divine, you may not always get everything that you're asking right away, because that's not how spirituality really works. It's not an 8-ball machine or toy where you shake it up and it gives you a direct yes or no, or it tells you the specifics. Oh, my cards fell off the table. That happens all the time, but I don't know. It's like something specific. I don't remember. You want to have to recall it back to me. But yeah, like that's the addiction, because we feel or we think or we desire to get an answer right here, right there. Hello. And that's not the case. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, even when you're pulling cards, like sometimes, or you're getting a reading from somebody, they might tell you, I'm not getting anything. It's better to like be real and be like, I'm not seeing that, or nothing's coming up, or spirit won't reveal that to me, because that's the truth sometimes. Like sometimes spirit will not show you things, and it could be because it's not meant for you to know right now, or it's not meant to come through that person's mouth, or it's just something that either you got to go to God about it yourself personally to go get, not through another source of medium. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've had crazy experiences with this, like with cards and stuff, and things that have helped me, have blessed me. Other people have helped and blessed me. I'm sure I've helped other people, of course, but the dependency upon it is not cool, and then how people are abusing it is not cool either. Like it's not some little fun little toy or game, and for some people, it's like it's just like some type of trend or something. It's just like a trend, and you know, it builds this codependency within people where they're looking for you to tell them how somebody feels about them. Is this person going to come back? Am I going to be famous? You know, what do people think about me? Oh, is somebody gossiping about me? All this stuff, like what? And I like the fact that spirit keeps me kind of hitting, like, because I don't know where, like, I don't even know why I have 20,000 subscribers. It's not even built like that. Like, I don't even get that many views, so I don't know where those subscribers even come from. Like, I don't even know why they're there, because it's just like it's just sitting there. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? It's not adding up. Hey, Zaria. It's not adding up. Damn. Yeah, I like being in the background. Like, I've had some drama with some people in the past, and that was not due to anything other than just coming across the wrong people. But other than that, like, I prefer not to be like that. Unless if spirit calls me to that, maybe it won't be on YouTube. But I don't, fame and like popularity and stuff like that, it scares the shit out of me. Like, I don't think I would want that. I don't want people all in my business, or having thousands of people watching, hundreds of thousands of people watching me and pulling on my energy. I don't want that. Some people might be built for that. I just don't like it. And I do appreciate, sometimes I'm like, okay, well, I'm just wasting my breath putting out these videos, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yeah. It's just the wrong thing. Yeah. Too much attention, and is like, some people feed, they like attention. They like a lot of it, but like, No, because I like to keep to myself. If I divulge, whatever, and tell somebody something, it's only because I feel safe and comfortable enough to do that, like something private, or because I'm being guided and led to share it with people. But other than that, I don't want nobody knowing everything I'm doing. Like, if I post a location, I ain't there no more. I'm gone already. You ain't gonna see me posting where I'm at. You'll never know. I might have been there yesterday. Like, no. Yeah. You really do have to protect your energy when you come online in any space, because there's so many different energies and frequencies on there. And you can plug into the wrong things or the wrong people. And that's the thing about social media, is you'll have good experiences and you also have the bad. And you also have to protect your energy, just not physically and locational wise, but just spiritually and mentally and emotionally protecting your energy. Mm. Yeah, I don't be posting my locations. I just don't. I believe it. And I wonder, I don't really pay attention to the decline of my channel, like as far as, because the only thing I can think of is, okay, I stopped doing some pick of cards. I didn't talk about love every week. That could have been one thing. I could have said Jesus, slipped up and said Jesus, because I watched another video with this guy, and he said that when he started talking about his faith or whatever, his channel got shadow banned. So I don't know, maybe I slipped up and said something. Hey, got my shit shadow banned. Yes, Blackfoots. Did I tell you that I was that? That was my tribe? I don't remember. I probably did. I think I did. Because I think you said that you were Blackfoot Indian. I was like, so am I. Interesting. I probably did tell you. But yeah, yeah. Child, I don't have time for this. Give me a second, y'all.